Hey, my dear students, hope you guys are all doing good. Hope you guys are all perfectly fine. I do wish and hope that you guys have given your paper 4 costing paper in a very great manner. I wish all the great success for you in the exam results. So now once you have completed, once you are back from giving your paper 4 examination, now the next paper which you have to tackle is paper 5, auditing and ethics. I know a lot of thoughts might be going on in your mind, a lot of confusion might be there in your mind. Sir, before we go for the examination, we have very limited amount of time available. How we should make use of it, where we have to focus, which concepts we have to revise, what should be our top priority. So all these thoughts might be running in your mind. Here I am before you to help you out. I will give you one strategy approach, whatever you want to call it, you call it. I will give you one approach which if you can make use of it, you can derive the maximum benefit out of the time which is left for the examination. So before you go for the examination, once you are coming from the paper 4 and before you go for the paper 5 examination, hardly you will have 20 to 22 hours of time available, right? So ignore that 2 hours also, hardly you will have 20 hours of time available. After you have taken enough of time for your rest is also very important for you. So after you take care of your rest, after you take care of your personal needs and all, hardly you will be left with the 20 hours of time. Now this 20 hours of time is very limited. I know it, guys. The 20 hours of time is very scarce. There are plenty of things which you are required to cover within this 20 hours of time. So definitely a thought will be running in your mind, a confusion might be running in your mind. Which chapters I have to focus, what should be my top priority. I know it. So here I am before you to help you out, where I will give you one approach which if you could follow it, you can derive the maximum benefit out of it. So that's been the whole intention of this video. Please watch this video till the end so that you don't miss out on any important details. Okay, so kindly do watch the video till the end. I will not waste much of your time. Hardly I will take 10 minutes of your time. That's all, nothing more I want from you all. Please listen it. So as usual, as I was saying, 20 hours of time will be available. So the evening you come from the paper 4 examination, after you have got rested, after you have got settled, you will sit for the preparation of paper 5. First thing I will say, if you are already done with MTPs and RTPs, if you have already completed MTPs and RTPs, excellent, you have done a very good job. But if you are such a student who has not yet done the MTPs and RTPs for the current attempt, first thing what I would suggest you to do is give a quick glance at the MTPs and RTPs. I am telling you guys, in the previous few attempts, I am seeing it personally. Significant questions, I will not say majority of the questions, one or two some tricky questions will be there in the RTPs and MTPs. Those questions are actually testing in the exam with a little bit of modification, not as it is question. They will do a little bit of modification and testing such questions in the main examination. So my humble request, if you have not yet done the MTPs and RTPs for this attempt, please do it first. If you have already done it, just give a quick glance and proceed further. Okay, so first thing, you should be covering MTPs and RTPs. Without looking at MTPs and RTPs, don't go for the examination. Stay tuned to this channel for this 1.5 day, whatever time I have available. There are plenty of resources from my side which will be uploaded through this channel. So stay tuned. I will even do a summary of the MTPs and RTP videos also. Stay tuned to this channel. So whatever it is, first complete your MTPs, complete your RTPs. Try to do a in-depth review of all that MTPs and RTPs. Once you have successfully completed MTPs and RTPs. Now I have identified a few chapters. I have given the prioritization of the chapters. Now you might say, sir, these many chapters you have given, we will not be able to complete. No. I will say whatever you can complete it. How much you can cover, you do it, but follow this order. That's been my whole objective. So some people might be able to cover only till here. Some people might be able to revise till here. Some people might be able to revise till here. Those people who have done good amount of preparation, they will be able to revise everything. So whatever it is, try to cover as much as you can, just to follow the order, whatever I'm trying to say it here. So once you are done with the MTPs and RTPs, the first I have given the most top priority concepts and topics, without a question from these topics, there will not be a question paper. If you are able to thoroughly revise the content from these first category top priority concepts and topics, easily you can score somewhere around 35 to 40 marks can be scored. I am telling you, if your time is so good enough, easily 35 to 40 marks can be scored from this a bunch of topics which I am going to tell you now. So first, start with nature, objective and scope of audit, all the basic discussion you have. Don't leave out anything. Try to complete the chapter, nature, objective and scope of audit. Once you have successfully completed ethics and the terms of engagement, these two are actually very simple and easy chapters. So in the ethics and terms of engagement, you have discussion regarding SA 210, threats to independence, the concept of independence, professional skepticism, changes in the terms of engagement, engagement letter. So you have plenty of concepts, very easy. Please try to first wrap up these two chapters, nature, objective and scope of audit, ethics and the terms of engagement. You try to complete it. Once you are done audit reporting, I am telling you, audit reporting 4 standards, 700, 701, 705, 706, along with the reporting requirements under 143 subsection 1, subsection 3, subsection 11, nothing but which we call it as CARO, 143 subsection 12, along with that SA 299 joint audit, that also you try to cover it end to end without leaving out anything. Thoroughly try to cover the audit reporting chapter. Once you have completed, then I pick up one small chapter, audit documentation and evidence, SA 230, SA 500. Very small chapter, guys. Hardly it will take 45 minutes for you to revise. But I am telling you, from this chapter alone, you can expect that the questions is somewhere around 6 to 8 marks of questions you can expect. I am telling the chapter from my material. So SA 230, SA 500, audit documentation and evidence, very small, limited discussion. Don't miss out these kind of good chapters. So try to revise it. So significant marks you will see. Then I will say 500 series. I can't tell you how much important this SA 500 series is. Be it MCQs, be it descriptive questions, there is going to be a huge weightage from this SA 500 series. So when I say SA 500 series, SA 501 special considerations for 3 selected items, 505 external confirmation, 510 initial audit engagements and opening balances, 550 related parties, 560 subsequent events, 570 going concern, 580 written representations. Try to wrap up all this 500 series of standards. I'm telling you, both important for descriptive as well as MCQs. So first, your target should be to complete revising these chapters. Once you are done with that, then I have identified few topics which are actually very small in size. Compulsory question will come. One is audit strategy, planning and program. These days, the significance of this chapter has improved a lot, has increased a lot. Hardly you will find some 7 to 8 pages of the chapter. And from this chapter, they are asking around 8 marks, 6 to 8 marks. They are asking from this small chapter, audit strategy, planning and program. I know in this chapter there will not be any concept, all the point wise questions will be there, but please do revise it. I know this chapter will not be that interesting to read, but you have to read it. Why? Because from such a small chapter, you are getting a huge weightage. And if you are leaving this chapter, you will be a fool. Don't do it. So please try to complete the audit strategy, planning and program. So once you have completed that, SA 220 and SQC1, 2 simple standards, 220 SQC1, these standards are gaining importance a lot in the recent times. Try to wind up these 2 standards. Then we have SA 260, 265, 450. These are the standards which have been recently added in our syllabus. So 260, 265, 450, you try to cover it. Then audit sampling chapter, you try to do it. Once again, very small chapter, SA 530, compulsory question will come from there. Then I have given here audit of banks. See, I don't want you to go through the entire topic at the beginning only. Entire chapter, I don't want you to cover at the beginning itself. But at least few concepts I have identified here. Try to do these concepts. Why? Because these are the concepts from where MCQs are getting tested. I'm telling you, from these concepts, MCQs are getting tested. So that's why I don't want you to miss out anything. These NPA norms, the list of concepts which I'm going to say here, that you have a glance. I don't expect you to memorize it. I want you to have a glance at this, a novel reading whereby you capture the important details. Such a simple reading should be given. So what are that? NPA norms, provisioning requirements, asset classification, when standard, when doubtful, when loss. And when I say asset classification, even SMA category of asset classification, SMA 0, 1, 2, and also drawing bar calculations, how to calculate the drawing bar, very important. And not just that, there is one small concept regarding audit of advances, audit of incomes and audit of expenses. See, the objective is not to memorize. The objective is to grasp the content and important details. The objective here of going through these concepts is to be able to answer the MCQs. Sometimes what they do, one MCQ completely from one case scenario based MCQ completely from bank audit they will give. So if you are a lucky fellow and if you have covered, and these are the concepts from where MCQs will be tested. If you are lucky enough, Even if they ask 4 marks from the case scenario, 4 questions from case scenario MCQ, 8 marks will be there in your pocket. So that's why these concepts you try to grasp the content. Once again, not with the intention of memorizing. At least you should be able to answer the MCQs here. Then the two most nightmare chapters for the students. One is audit of items of the financial statements, and the other one is audit of various entities. Many people wanted to take these two chapters as a choice. I will say no, never ever do it. See, from these two chapters put together, they are asking somewhere around, in the worst case, you will see 12 marks, and on an average, they are testing somewhere around 14 to 16 marks. There were a few attempts where they have tested even 18 to 20 marks also. In the worst case scenario, 12 marks you are going to, I'm telling you, worst case scenario, minimum, 12 to 14 marks will be tested from these two chapters. But I'm well aware these two chapters are something where you don't find any concept, point wise questions will be there. So that's why what my humble request will be, try to reserve 1.5 to 2 hours before you go for the examination to quickly go through these two chapters. Like for example, you are going to go for the examination at 2 p.m. right? Say for example, you are closing your preparation by 12 p.m. So now last 2 hours before you close the preparation, say for example 10 to 12 or 10:30 to 12, at least 1.5 hour, you reserve that 1.5 hour of time for quickly going through this two chapters. Audit of items of financial statements, audit of various entities. I know these chapters are lengthy, but if you guys follow me from a long period of time, I have created a summary for these two chapters. Just visit my website, go to free resources section, go to the CA intersection. So like if you come to the free resources part here, I will guide you where you can download that summaries. So just come here to the free resources section, come to CA inter, come to auditing. And here you will find two chapters summary. One is audit of items of financial statements and audit of various entities, whereby I have summarized a majority of the content from which you can expect the questions in the examination. So I will say the last 1.5 hour to 2 hours, you kindly reserve it for these two chapters and grasp the content as much as you can. But my humble request, don't never ever think of taking these two chapters as a choice. Don't do it. So if at all, so last 1.5 to 2 hours you will reserve for that. In between, if any excess time is left after you have covered everything from the above, in between if any extra time is left, then you try to cover the remaining chapters like risk assessment, internal control, analytical procedures, cooperative societies audit. So if you find the time, you try to do it. But this is what and all which is required to be thoroughly revised before you go for the examination. And as I have told you, many resources I'm going to upload in this 2 days before you go for the auditing examination. So stay tuned to my channel, and as and when you find the content, please do go through it. Definitely each and every resource which I'm going to upload it for you, it is going to be a value addition for you all. You can do the best in your examination. I will make sure that will happen. Take care everyone, all the very best. Take care of your health, and be calm, be stubborn, put all your efforts, give your 100%. Automatically results will follow, right? Take care. See you.